Okay, welcome all of you to week 2, and I'd especially like to welcome new students who've come on board this week, and also new faculty, guest faculty, and we have a roster up here for you. The theme of week 2 is writing the body politic, feminism, and gender. So let me introduce our folk. We have to our far right, Joanne Kiger. Joanne has been a long-time faculty member with particularly the summer writing program, but has also taught in the year-round Department of Writing and Poetics. She's a West Coast poet associated with the Beat literary movement and the San Francisco Renaissance. She has a number of books, probably over 20 books of poetry at this point. A new book published by Penguin this month. There'll be a party at the Boulder Bookstore this week, so stay tuned for that. Again, poems that came out in 2001. The Japan-India Journals reissued just recently with a new title, Strange Big Moon, and the book Some Life. Wonderful to have you back with us, Joanne, as ever. Then we have here, to my immediate right, Renee Gladman, first visit to Naropa. Very delighted to have her here with us. She has stood out not only with her own writing, but with her publishing venture. She's the publisher of Leroy, which is a chapbook series focused primarily on experimental prose and poetry by emerging writers, and the Leon Works, soon to emerge series for long works of experimental prose. Her own books include Arlem, 1996, Not Right Now, 98, and Juice, 2000. Welcome, Renee. Eleni Siklianos. Eleni is coming on board with the Department of Writing and Poetics and will be teaching here this fall. She's the recipient of a number of awards recently, including Fulbright, which took her to Greece to pursue some of her writing there and her studies there of Greek language and culture. She was also a fellow last spring at Princeton doing writing and research. Her book, Earliest Worlds, was released by Coffee House Press in 2001. Blue Guide, 1999. The Book of Tendons, Post-Apollo Press, 1997. And To Speak While Dreaming, which was published here in Boulder by the Underground Forest, Joe Ritchie's Selva editions. Welcome, Eleni, for the long term. We're going to get her to sign a 3-year contract with Laird Hunt, also coming on board. And next to Eleni, Harriet Mullen, a longtime friend to this project and Naropa, author, most recently, beautiful book, Sleeping with a Dictionary. Recommend highly. Also Muse and Drudge, Singing Horse Press, Blue Baby, Early Poems, Bucknell, 2002, and the very celebrated Sperm Kit. Also Trimmings, published by Leanne Brown's Tender Button Press, came out in 1991. Harriet's teaching at English. She's actually teaching English and African American Studies at UCLA. Welcome, Harriet, once again. And I thought we needed a guy up here. And since Stephen Taylor teaches feminism and critical theory with our core program, our MFA program, I thought that would be appropriate. He might, he certainly knows more about this stuff than I do. In any case, welcome Stephen. Stephen's core faculty. He's our new department chair. He holds a PhD in ethnomusicology from Brown University. He's a writer, composer, musician on many, many instruments. It was a long time down in Pittsburgh. Most of you know Stephen by now. Okay, I'm going to start with a short manifesto I wrote in October, just before the war began, full moon over Umbria and Afghanistan, October 2nd, 2001, and I've never read this before, but I thought it would be a way to kick off some of the themes of this week. It's called Sisters Arise and Vocalize. Is there anyone under that chador? Language has been on the feminist political agenda for years. It can't just go away meekly now. It is agonizingly evident as of September 11th that there has been a paucity of women's voices from the political arena the world over, as well as in the arena of high public culture and discourse. Something is missing. Hello? One observes the endless parade of presidents, mullahs, generals, prime ministers, cabinet members, diplomats, politicians of all kinds, pundits, experts, etc. flash across the screen and surface in the daily massive missives of newsprint. But so few women. Arundhati Roy, of course, was the most articulate immediately after, during and after these events. The talking head female folk on TV are a relief. Susan Sontag and Maureen Dowd are a relief. But there has got to be more female leadership and articulation and input into the public discourse and decision-making apparatuses. More mainstream illumination from the hidden Dakinis and Durgas, and some more Amy Goodmans. Some alternative corrective recourse to power of voice. How things are expressed, stated, conveyed, whether it be condolence, dissent, opinion, whatever the form or genre needs attention. U.S. nationwide surveys show a marked difference of opinion when it comes to issues of war, education, literacy, meaning more thinking by women aired and expressed on urgent issues. It's not good for the psyche. We are so deprived. Sisters, speak out yourselves and demand more discussion of the current state of the world and the war on terrorism, the endless, eternal war. Insist that your female elected leaders get more voice and ink. Feminist critique of language calls into question our assumptions about who is speaking and for whom and to what purpose. Who is the language representing and what kind of ideology? Whose interest? How does language attempt to manipulate us? We've had in the not-too-distant past genteel tyrannies of custom and practice. It was a crime under slavery for African Americans to read and write. Remember when a woman couldn't vote? When saying a liturgy or public oratory by women was forbidden? A certain ilk of males have had a monopoly on naming what counts as reality. This seems more and more insane in a universe with infinite possibilities. It doesn't need to be this way. Of course, we understand that gender is a social construct and that the possibilities of difference are endless, and all beings who are not just representing the dominant male constructs are also welcome here. All you guys. Reclaim naming. Check out what leaders are saying as we enter into another warring patriarchal God mentality. Deconstruct old grammars, metaphors, imperialist imperatives. Writers, stay on the case. We know that the privileged and powerful have had a vested interest in shaping the world through language, tailoring the world to suit their ends, constructing a world in which they